Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode with yours truly, Jayla Simone, in this divine space to create, grow, and simply just be. How are y'all doing today? Y'all, I got me a little mic. Okay, I want to try something different. This episode, when it comes to the sound, I'm holding it, which is okay, which is totally okay. But anyway, we in the works. You know what I'm saying? We in the works. We are in the works. So let's start off by saying it's above me, child. Like, how has y'all week been? My week has been crazy. How are y'all doing? What are your hopes for this upcoming week? Where are you at mentally, spiritually, and all those other good stuff? Like, let me know in the comments. Let me know on Spotify. Let me know, just let me know, girl. Email me, boy. You feel me, boy? Oh my gosh, that just reminded me of like when we was in high school, we used to say boy all the time. That was so funny. That was a time to be alive, okay? But it's really just above me because this past week was definitely just one thing after the other, which was okay for that time being because, everything is a learning process. Everything is, time to process and believe and trust in the things that we know and the things that we don't know. Yeah. So basically, I just want to talk about choices. That's really what our topic of conversation is going to be today. Choices, discernment. And I also want to touch and dibble a little bit in the journaling era of life. Okay. So first of all, let me just let y'all know I got me some water today. I just bought me this cute wine glass. I don't know if y'all could really see for real because it's giving blurry, but I've been drinking my water. I have been drinking. I have been drinking my water and I've been staying on top of things because I'm that girl. I'm very iconic. I don't know if y'all even peeped, but it's been getting it's giving real icon right now. It's giving icon, you know what I'm saying? But I took out my braids this morning. So now we giving a little fro look, which is cool. What are some things that I wanted to also talk about today? It's just simply just being iconic, being that girl, being that lucky girl syndrome and stuff, because I also feel like that does play a big part in the choices that we make and discernment and all these other beautiful things that make us us. And so yeah. But overall, this week has been crazy. I got a job, which is very great and amazing, and I'm very happy about it. And I'm really just not rolling with the punches, but I'm rolling with the punches. Like, I have really been focused on what's next. I don't think a lot of people talk about the level of stress or the level of progress or the level of learning that comes with when you're fresh out of college. I'm sure you probably experienced it fresh out of high school, and then you probably experience it again in your 30s, and then I believe you experience this again in like your 40s, 50s. Like, it just depends on where life goes. But I think that right now I'm in a very big transition stage, which has been interesting. So let's start off the conversation with a question. The question for today is, what are some things that I love about myself that aren't physical? Y'all, it's important to identify the things that you love about yourself without it being like so based off of how you look and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the things that I really love about myself is like how I'm able to make other people feel, how I'm able to make jokes and be a little comedian. I love my passion and my level of understanding and the level of discipline that I have and my ambition and my work ethic, because girl, I'm hurt every time. Okay. Period. So as we talk about choices and the things that we want to do, you choose what you like about yourself. Hence question number 1. And then, you can continue to choose the things that you want to do. And I feel like that has played a very big part in like where I'm at now in general, and also plays a very big part in how we continue to move forward and how we continue to live our lives. Because when I tell you, you can go from having the worst day to having the best day with simply choosing to feel a different type of way or choosing to move differently. Like, when I tell y'all, a couple weeks ago, I just was not feeling it. I wasn't feeling anything. I felt like crap. Like, it just was one of my lowest times in life. I didn't have a job at the time. I was just moving on top of moving, just trying to figure out, where do I want to go? Like, there's so many things I could do. I graduated college at 21 years old. Like, what? I graduated college at 21. So it's just like, okay, what do we do next? This is step one of what we do next, this podcast, because I'm committed to y'all and I love it here. And I just love the interactions that I've been getting and all the love and all the support that I've been getting. I love it. I also want to hear y'all testimonials and what y'all think about different episodes and stuff. I want to hear more from the people who listen to me. So I'm glad that we can connect. I love connecting and I love getting to know people and getting to really, like, understand different people and aspects of life more. I love that. So something else that has been really playing a part into the choices that we make, or the choices that I have been making, is really just thinking about, who am I? Who do I want to be? What impact am I trying to have? Like, things of that nature. You feel me? So I've been seeing this. I can't remember if it was a tweet or what it was, but they were basically just talking about, like, everyone is always talking about, like, the higher version of yourself or the best version of yourself. But what about, like, the favorite? Like, what's your favorite version of yourself? Like, you know what I'm saying? And reflect on who, what, and, like, how, who she is, who he is, what he or she does, and, like, how do they do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everyone has, like, a little art to how they do their thing, you know what I'm saying? And, like, you can't really peep it until you start doing your own thing, And I think a problem that I used to have a lot was really looking up to people and finding inspiration in them, but then trying to do the same thing, or, like, being like them. And I feel like it's because I had some bad advice. I feel like the bad advice that I had was to copy the master, or, like, to copy the cat, or, like, just do what other people are doing. Like, I know this one girl, and she would tell me how, like, she would just copy and paste other people's captions and stuff like that. But it's just like, you want to take what you are inspired by and make it your own, like, purely your own, authentic, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like maybe one of the influencers that I had the chance to, I'm not going to call her an influencer, but one of the women that I did get the chance to connect with, I feel like that she might have felt, well, I don't think that I was intentionally, I know for a fact I wasn't intentionally trying to copy her. But there was a lot of things that I resonated with her on, and there are a lot of things that she did in her own life that I loved deep down inside. I realized, like, her life was the aspect of, like, my inner self. Plants, real boho, like, natural girly. You know what I'm saying? She's real soft. She likes plants. She likes walking. She likes cooking. She likes wine. Very just simple. She likes simple things a lot, okay? And then, but then you have people like, De'Ara, and hopefully one day me and her can connect, or, Aaliyah J, or Mariah Kaylin that I've been watching recently. And it's like women like that more so kind of give my icon era, okay? So if y'all want to see a sneak peek of my icon era, well, no, y'all can't see a sneak peek because they are doing their own thing. But when I do my thing, y'all gonna see. But anyway, like, hold on, I gotta fix this freaking. But yeah. So yes, I just love the inspiration that I get from them, and I just love that level of them. Like, it's just them. Like, you would never find another De'Ara. You will never find another Aaliyah J. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people out here that want to be creators. There's so many people out here that want to be influencers but don't have their own sound, or they're just doing it because it's a trend, or they like doing trends, which I find is very, very odd. I saw a girl that said she liked doing trends one time, and I was just like, no way, she just said she liked doing trends. Like, this has to be a joke. Water is hitting, okay, y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all water, period. um um Yes. So back to the topic of conversation. So I think it's important to realize that your thoughts do not display your actions. And it's time to take back your power. And I mean, when you're taking back your power, it's like really investing into the thoughts that you have, really investing in your feelings and the things that you want to do. Because, baby, I've been trying so hard. Like, I've been trying so hard. I've been scheduling myself to literally record this, and I haven't. And it's because there's been so much things going on. But it's like at the end of the day, I want to make time for the things that I love, and I want to make time to go towards the things that I want to do. So, with that being said, here we are making time for this, making time to share space together. And I'm forever, eternally grateful for that, baby. Okay. So, take your power back. And I didn't really realize this until, I started losing and I started feeling this guilt or this level of giving up. And it's just like, bro, you got to show up every time. No matter what, we have to keep showing up. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's kind of like, damn, how do I show up in this space? How do I keep this going? But you have to keep going regardless of what you might think, because it's just bigger than the thoughts that we have, because we could do whatever we can think whatever, but it's going to matter more when we put actions to the things that we think. Because I just think about how many things I've started and stopped. I think about how many things I have just let kind of fizzle out. Like, I don't think that I've ever, well, I don't think I used to not be able to finish a lot of things, and I used to not be able to commit and discipline myself to get those things done. Now I am committed, fully committed to getting things done, and fully committed to the process, and fully committed to this icon baddie. Come on, baby. Because Jayla Simone is giving, okay? I don't care what nobody says. Everybody keeps trying to say, first of all, now, I'm not going to say what everybody be trying to say, because at the end of the day, they're trying to talk down on your girl, and nobody has time for that. And that's another thing. I talked about it last week. Well, 2 weeks ago. But I talked about it in my last video, and that is just so potent in my life still. Like, is it potent? I think that's a good word to use. I don't know. But like, y'all, first of all, I just feel like I'm tired of being around people who only want to be around me when I'm sad or when I'm at my lowest point. And I'm realizing that there's actually a lot of people who would rather see me in misery than to see me win. Or, I had someone literally be upset. Like, I'm in a better mood, and then as I'm getting in a better mood, you're getting upset. Confusion. I'm confused. So it's whatever on that part, but that's where I'm on with that. And it was just very odd to me, because I was just like, damn, like, how could you okay? So then I had another friend that I was speaking to, and I was like, I'm just very grateful for you understanding me and listening to me and stuff, because we have some of the similar like friend groups and stuff. So like, I was like, I've talked to some of my other friends, and like, they're just really discouraging, and like, it's just not as loving as I would want it to be, basically, right? And they're like, no, like, I get you, da 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 da. Then get this, then we're having a conversation, mind you, this is a whole different day, and I told her about the other joint that I just kind of like, and bro, shorty literally insulted me. And it showed me that, like, you don't actually understand where I'm coming from, because a part of you still feels some type of way about my life, which is weird to me, because I feel like my parents decided to put me where I'm at. I did not ask to be here. And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. But that doesn't take away from my own value as a person. And I'm genuinely tired of being around and interacting with people who are taking away from my value. I have made value of myself, and it's time that is respected, regardless of what my parents got going on, because they're living their life and I'm living mine, baby. If I did things a little differently, maybe I would be in a different situation where, but that's none of your business anyway. And I think about my friend from back home, and it's just like, she would always tell me, like, at the end of the day, it's not their business. Like, for someone to have so much of an opinion on how you're living and the things that you're doing, like, the audacity, because it's none of their business. And I really would like to continue to what's the word? I'm continue to remind myself that it's none of their business, because it's really none of their business. And I'm tired of expressing myself to people who genuinely don't care, and people who know that I like to talk about myself, and people who know, like, it's just weird to me, because it's just like, I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, the people that try to tear me down, they know that I like to express myself. They know that I like to share. So they get me into places where I can share just so they can take away from my dream. Mind blowing. It's time to really expose people, because that's another thing too. Like, saying all that to say that God showed me that even when I thought someone else was supporting me, they still showed me that they weren't supporting me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's important to identify when the truth comes out, because at the end of the day, God is always going to show you the truth. You might think something to somebody, and then God be like, oh, nope, I'm not even going to let them play you like that. And that's what God did to me. He said, baby, I'm not even going to let them play you like that. I'm going to show you how this person really not thinking about you, how you thought they were thinking about you. And I'm grateful for that. Period, point blank. So I also want to touch on, like, what are some skills that you have that can be utilized in this favorite version of yourself, or moving forward with the things that you can do. Now, I'm also realizing when it comes to the skills, I feel like I have a lot of skills that I can make money off of, but just because I can make money off the skill doesn't mean that I need to do it. And just because I know that this is a skill that I have doesn't mean that I have to invest in it full time. Okay, cool. So I think that's what I wanted to say. Don't quote me on that. Okay, don't quote me. But I love doing graphics. Let's start there. I love the graphics. I edit all my videos. I've done all my banners. I've done all my intros. I've done all my outros. I've never had anyone do that for me. But that's a skill that comes in handy when I want to do YouTube, and when I want to start doing films and all this other stuff. It's going to come in handy that I have that graphic design skill. Now, if some other people wanted something, maybe, but I'm really not in the business for doing that. I wanted to try that as a business, but Oh, here go honey trying to get in a room. I feel as though I am also a very big go-getter, and I am ambitious. It's so crazy because I just think about in high school and middle school when they would always ask us, like, oh, what are some things about yourself, like, that you want to talk about? Hold on, I need to readjust this camera a little bit because I don't like the angle. Okay, there we go. So how they used to be like, oh, like when we was in school, and it's like, oh, describe yourself, like, what are some things that you would always put? And I would always say, like, how ambitious I was. And it's time to really start speaking life into each other and speaking life into ourselves, because recently recently I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm on season 17. Well, actually, let me not lie, I'm on season 18 now, but I was watching season 17, and season 17 was really just the whole COVID era of life, and it brought back so many memories for me and so many feelings and thoughts that were occurring during 2020. And I just think that it's still crazy as crap to this day that we went through something like that and still are trying to recover. Some are still experiencing the same thing. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know too much. I don't watch the news, so don't credit me, okay? But just knowing that there are so many people out here that have struggled and had loss, and just it tore a lot from me, all of us. And I knew that it was bad in the hospital, but watching Grey's Anatomy, even though I know that's not a good comparison because it's a show, but I feel like Shonda does a good job. Okay, let's not discredit Shonda and her creativity, okay? Because my girl be coming through. My girl definitely be coming through, okay? So in season 17, like, Meredith, basically, spoiler alert if you're not there, so this is a very big spoiler alert, just let y'all know. But anyway, so Meredith catches COVID, and like throughout the whole season, I believe it was a whole season, she's like basically trying to decide if she wants to live or if she wants to die. And she's coming into contact with all the people that have died in past seasons, And also, like, the people that are currently in her life and they're speaking life into her while she's on her not her deathbed, but in the hospital. And to me, it just showed, like, as much as sometimes we want to die, or some of us, that level of depression of just I'm tired, or that level of just I can't go on, I feel like it matters to think about the people who we do impact, the people that do love us, the people that do want to see us. And it's easier said than to accept, which I get a million trillion 3,000%. But I just loved the transparency between it, because it was like she wanted to be with her husband, but then she didn't want to leave her kids and her family and all this other stuff, but she felt overused. And, I feel like we take advantage of life and we take advantage of this breath. And I feel like the whole magic behind being alive is simply being alive, and the choices that we're able to make, and to the extent of the life that we can have because of the choices that we make. And life and death is an easy choice. Death is a very easy choice. If you wanted to die, you could do it, but you can never come back from that. And who's to say anything after that couldn't have changed anything? And it was just a really big eye opener for me, because I want to choose to live, and I want to choose to live my life to the fullest, because there are people who I haven't even met yet that are waiting for me. There are people who I have met that are rooting for me, even though I might not feel like they are. But, like, let's stop focusing on the people who don't support us. Let's stop focusing on the people who wish us terrible. Let's start focusing on the people who do care, because one person changes everything. And that's a fact. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you realize one person is watching, it's worth all the millions and thousands of views and all this other stuff. Like, and this is why I'm taking time to really nurture this space, because it's important to me to have one listener. It's important for me to have two listeners. Like, those one or two people mean everything to me, because it shows that you bang with me not because of how many followers I have. You bang with me because you bang with how I live my life, and what I speak about, and what I talk about, and all these other things. And, like, I've shared it with my family, I've shared it with people, and they still don't support the podcast, which is cool, but it just goes to show that you just don't resonate with me on certain things. And that's okay. I don't want to force anyone to bang with me just because I'm me. I want you to bang with me because you support me and you believe what I'm talking about and you resonate with me. Please don't force yourself. It's okay. There are so many people in this world that will support me and that will resonate with me. I am okay. I don't need the pity clap, basically. And I don't think it's a pity clap either, but I just feel like, why force yourself to resonate with me just because we cool in real life? You know what I'm saying? You might not be at this level of understanding, or you might not agree with me, and that's cool. We could still be cool outside of here. Take accountability for self. Friends of likeness, happiness, and love. Separation, to me, creates elevation. All the things necessary will come. You just need to focus on yourself. Focus on what we do have going on. Focus on the things that we want to have going on. And, yeah, take note of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I also received a message that I really want to share as well. I didn't like how I said but anyway, I want to share this message that I received from a good teammate of mine, a good teammate of mine, a friend of mine. But we were teammates either way. But she sent me this message, right? Let me pull it up. And I really did like the message, because I just felt like it's just so encouraging to look forward to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Allowing that level of, I need to stop with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I should really make that a little less of a phrase to say. You know what I'm saying? And said it again. But anyway, so the message she sent me was, be thankful that you don't already have everything you desire. If you did, what would there be to look forward to? Be thankful when you don't know something, for it gives you the opportunity to learn. Be thankful for the difficult times. During those times, you grow. Be thankful for your limitations, because they give you opportunities for improvement. Be thankful for each new challenge because it will build your strength and character. Looking forward to the things that you want, the desires of our hearts, is what's worth every single second to live. Because if we had everything that we wanted to have, what could we possibly look forward to? You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's really time to collectively slow down, collectively take time to just be, and time to grow, and time to create. This is what this whole space is about: growing, creating, and being. Taking the time to do that will bless us more than we could imagine, more than we could ever friggin' see. And that's on period. Okay. So now we're going to move into our next segment, which is going to be talking about journaling. Sorry, y'all. I got my little notes today. You know, I really want to get more organized, and I really want to get more tapped in with what we got going on, because baby, if we're not organized, then what are we doing? You feel me? So let's talk about journaling, because first of all, babes, I don't know if y'all can see, but if you don't see, here you see. Let me take a sip of my water. Okay, so here we have all my journals over the years. I started journaling when I was 10, I believe. This is my first ever journal. It was gifted to me by my godmom when I was a young boy. It's literally like falling apart, but I have every single page. I have every single entry, and I think I stopped writing in this journal before I moved to San Antonio. So this is a lot of like my age 10 to like 14, 15. But obviously it's not every single day of my life. It's probably like the most important parts, or the things that I really needed to write down. So this is my first ever journal. And then this would be my second journal that I've ever had. My third journal, I got this from Ross. Ross has some good journals. Definitely don't sleep. I'm also very particular about like the type of paper that I use. So y'all, one thing about journaling is always going to be made as your own, whatever you like, whatever really puts you in the mood to write, whatever makes you feel good and comfortable. It's definitely however you make it. My sister bought me this journal that I started last year, I believe. And then one of my favorite creators, I bought this journal from her that I freaking love, and I low-key, high-key want another one, so I might definitely buy another one. And then this is my current journal. This is my current journal right now. Y'all peep the pink vibe, because let's get into it. Like, I got pink journals and didn't even realize how many pink journals I've had. But all very very me. And I love it. I love journaling. Journaling was introduced to me by my godmom. Honestly, I never really knew that much about journaling, but also for as long as I can remember, I've loved to write. So journaling to me was never like a huge issue or problem or something I had to force myself to do. My cousin told me that her perception of journaling was like, it had to be formal and it had to be like an essay. And I just thought that was so crazy to me, because I'm like, bro, you can write whatever you want. Like, your journal could be full of songs, and that could be an entry that you know what I'm saying? Like, or like, I'm reading this book and she writes to Ellen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her journal entries were written to Ellen because that was someone that she felt like confident to talk to and comfortable to tell her secrets and stuff too. So you could write to someone, you could do letters to yourself. I feel like also though, growing up, now that I think about it, I feel like I've read a lot of like, not books, like, I don't know, like diaries was a thing for me. It was in my life. It was very real to me to have a diary. And whenever I read books about diaries or like seeing something about someone having a diary, it was always, well, dear diary, this is how I feel. Da, 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 da. Excuse me. So I always associated journaling with my feelings and structuring them in a way where I'm pouring out. Now I would say my journal entries are a little different. I have a lot of journals, first of all. So I write in like maybe 2 or 3 books at a time. Oh, y'all, I didn't even show y'all my other journal. I'm gonna get that a little later. Hopefully I don't forget. But I'm gonna show y'all my other journals that I have for therapy because I just started therapy. So she asked me if I wanted to have like a journal designated to therapy. So I have a journal that is designated to therapy now. I just bought another notebook, and I have like maybe 2 or 3 other composition books. Like I literally have a notebook for everything. One, I feel like it's very organizable, but then it also allows me to express myself in on different pages in multiple different books um instead of trying to instead of like having one journal for certain thoughts and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. I do a lot of different stuff with my journals. I have a journal, like the journal I have right now has really been like, I've really been trying, but I've really been writing every single day since January, almost every single day since January. I've been writing in this journal, and it's almost done, and we're in April right now, so it's almost done. That's why I bought another one, but I need a smaller one. I think the one that I bought is just too big because I need one that's smaller so that way I can carry it around with me. So I know like the more personal journals that I have are going to be smaller journals, so that way I can carry them around, so that way I can get in a habit of writing wherever I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But then I have bigger journals, like let me show y'all the one that I just bought. So this is actually the journal that I just bought. It's so freaking cute. I got this from Ross. Y'all could barely see, but like something like that, I would probably do more like ideas and certain stuff. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna use it for yet, but yeah. How else do I structure my journals? Like everything is different. Like okay, so I have some journal entries, especially in the most recent journal that I finished before this one was like a lot of it was more so like the signs that I was receiving in life and stuff. Ooh, you know what? Maybe that'll be like my readings journal. Like whenever I give myself a reading or whenever I get a reading from the girl that does my readings, shout out to World Soul, hashtag love her so much. If y'all want a reading by her, I will link her site. I'm gonna link her site down below, but I love when she does readings. Y'all can get readings from me too if you want. You can message me on any social media platform. You can message me on Discord. I do have prices and things like that. If you want a reading from me, feel free, let me know. But I think I'm gonna use that for my readings, because right now I've been writing like my readings in my journal, but I might rip them out and put them in there just to kind of have all of them in one spot. But or rewrite. No, I'm not rewriting them. I'm not rewriting them or anything like that, but we're definitely going to use that for readings and etc. that I do for myself, which I'm very excited about. Oh my gosh, I love that. But see, there's an example of like a journal that I would do. This journal here. Oh. Hopefully everything don't fall. This journal here, I did a lot more of like the signs that I was receiving from God and still like entries and stuff, shadow work questions. What else? Let's see. Hold on. I've marked pages in here. Okay. So in this one, I also have a lot of like affirmations and stuff. So this is like more of like, this was more like, honestly though, this was more of like a guide of the things that I was learning and the things that I was structuring this journal as more of like a book, like that I eventually want to publish. More so my thoughts towards different aspects of life, my thoughts towards the things that I'm realizing, things that I want to talk about, different topics for campaigns that I want to do. So that's what that journal was. But it's really up to you how you want to make your journal your own. Duh. But just for those who didn't know and just wanted to know. But I'm also in the process of filming a journal with me because I want to do a new intentional flow chart, and I was going to do it on the podcast, but why do that when I could just make y'all another video? So you'll definitely be wanting to go to my YouTube channel if you want to see the journal with me video that I'm filming. So yeah, go ahead and check that out on my channel. I am just loving this space. I really just, yeah, love it here. But anyway, so boom. So now we're gonna move. So that's really the journal portion for today. Oh, let me show y'all my therapy journal before I don't show y'all my therapy journal. So this is my therapy journal, and I got this from like this little vintage spot. I really don't remember, but I love this journal. It's so cute. And it's like, it's supposed to be used with like a feather pen and everything, but your girl was trying to use that feather pen and it was not working. But I have my first entry in here with the little sticky note from therapy, and I'm just really excited to use that journal and continue to journal, period. I love journaling. I write all the time, and I feel like it's a great way to express yourself and to really understand your thoughts a little better. I don't recommend reading your journals back unless it's been like time for you to heal and move forward into a different space of life. Like, I recently started reading my journals, but I don't think it's a good idea to read entries within like say you wrote an entry last week and you want to go back and read it. I think it would be more beneficial to you to read it at a time that it's not still relevant, if that makes sense. So I mean, but do what you want to do. I'm not the journal police, so do what you want to do at the end of the day. Now we're going to move into the closing of our episode today. I know, boo. But today, I just want to share some affirmations with y'all, and then I am going to pull 3 tarot cards today. And I'm going to be using a different deck just to give y'all a different type of vibe. Okay? So for today's affirmation, it is... Here's one. I'm going to give y'all 2. So number 1 affirmation is, I no longer seek validation from the people who are close to me. My ideas and choices are sacred. I am my own sacred space. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Affirmation number 2. I am attracting pure-hearted souls who match my energy, honor my luminous frequency, and consciously choose bliss, healing, and divine love over fear. Amen. First of all, I didn't even realize how much I needed those affirmations. Like, I had picked these affirmations a couple of days ago, but the relevance to this topic of conversation is crazy. But let me give y'all these tarot cards. I'm gonna get them ready and set this all up for y'all, and I'll be right back. So now we're gonna get into these cards. I put the mic down, so, damn, I'm out of breath. I put the mic down, so basically the audio for this part of the video is definitely going to be different. My apologies, not my apologies, but we're gonna see what we like better, mic or no mic. So, take a sip of this water. It's actually really good that we got water too while we do this reading. I'm so tired, I'm so out of breath. But, so for today's reading, I am going to be using the Tarot Unknown deck. I got this deck off of Amazon. I think I kind of briefly talked about it in the last episode. I'm not sure. If y'all hearing like something in the background, that's honey. She's playing with her toy right now. Why is she playing with her toy while I'm trying to get this done? Who knows? Because she needs to be center of attention, basically. So, here's our deck. I love this deck. I've really been becoming more in tune with this deck. I say let's pull 5 cards. And I've also been really understanding more of like the different families and like the different things that make up tarot, because tarot cards are definitely different from we're gonna take this card. Tarot cards are definitely different from oracle cards. So, and I've been getting a very better like understanding of the cards, if I do say so myself. So we really just want messages for clarity for this week and messages that's going to serve the collective, that's going to serve who it's meant to serve. And I know that whatever cards, ooh, wow. Okay, let's do, we got 5 cards here, which I am very, oh, y'all, we are aligned. What's crazy is 2 of these cards I pulled for myself. I'm not going to let y'all know which ones, but 2 of these cards I pulled for myself earlier this week, and I'm glad to see them again. I will say that. So, for our first card, we have the 7 of Pentacles. This is the 7 of Pentacles card. I really don't like how it's not allowing me to show y'all the cord, but this is the card. It's a little blurry. So the 7 of Pentacles, oops, sorry, let's see how. 6, 7. Oh shit. So the 7 of Pentacles is a representation of period of contemplation. A curious card. The 7 of Pentacles shows a period of contemplation and uncertainty. You're looking back at all of your hard work and wondering if it has been a failure or a success. You can't seem to decide. Shouldn't you be reaping more rewards by now? Maybe so, but the mind has control over perception. It's possible your rewards are waiting for you to recognize them. They are not always monetary. This card is calling for us to trust our inner self and understand that, yes, we're working hard, but we can only see our personal view of perception. So it's important for us to have discernment during this time to really understand the level to which our rewards may be coming and that are waiting for you. That, once again, going back to that level of desire, going back to that understanding of the way, or that understanding of where to go from here. Oh, that's a beautiful card to start us off. Like, what? That was such a good card to start us off. Like, no kid. Okay, so next we have the Ace of Swords. This is the Ace of Swords. Come on. Okay, so this is our Ace of Swords card. Boom. The Ace of Swords is a representation of truth and mental clarity. When lightning strikes, the whole world seems to light up for just 1 second. It's as though you can see everything, quote unquote, see everything. And this vision lingers on even through the storm. I gotta read this shit over. Okay, start over. Mental clarity. When lightning strikes, the whole world seems to light up for just 1 second. It's as though you can, quote unquote, see everything. And this vision lingers on even through the storm. Such is the power of the Ace of Swords. Your mind will become clear, your thoughts precise. It's a great time to make those decisions you've been putting off. Boom. Let's talk about the fact that right now is not really the planning stage, because I feel like we've been to the planning stage before. This is more of the time to really put actions to words and allowing our thoughts to become reality and allowing our thoughts to be clear. If there's something that we've been thinking about, it's time to do it. If there's something that you've been holding off on because maybe it's not the right time, it's the right time now. So for our next card, we have the Daughter of Wands. The Daughter of Wands is a representation of visionary and passionate. The Daughter of Wands is a free spirit, a truly visionary creature. She usually waits until later to settle down or start a family as she's busy with her career. She can be stubborn and much stronger than she looks. As with all the Wands family, the daughter makes a dangerous enemy. This card can also represent a woman going through a transformation or spiritual breakthrough. Now is a time of clarity and visualization to get us through to where we need to be. Having that sense of transformation, understanding where you are, and allowing yourself to genuinely transform. I don't think that this is a card that is mainly for women. I believe that men can also resonate with this card as well, because at the end of the day, like, it may be time, it might be your time for your spiritual awakening and the understanding of the path that you have and the life that you desire for yourself. And it's time to have it. Keep dreaming, keep doing yo diddy bop, because it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. So the next card we have is the Temperance card. This is the Temperance card. Beautiful card. Such a beautiful card. I love the bird on it. I love the freaking colors and everything. This card is a representation of healing and renewal. The great blue heron remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be a moderator, much like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice self-restraint and moderation now. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. When I look at this card and read the description, it's giving discipline. It's time to really discipline yourself and understand and learn what it is that is, I wouldn't say hindering your progress, but yeah, hindering your progress, or what can really make you go more into the direction of your progress and your dreams and the things that you want to do for yourself. So definitely take time to bring back balance and healing into your life, so that way you can be back in harmony with purpose and anything else that is meant for you. For our last card, we have the Lovers card. Yo, my fingers look terrible. Anyway, this is the Lovers card. For this card is a representation of union, desire, and joy. 2 Canadian geese are mates for life, traveling partners within an expensive sky. The Lover's card is a welcome sight in any reading, as it suggests a beautiful and strong relationship on the horizon. Yes, you'll experience all the thrills of desire and romance, but meanwhile, you'll be building a solid foundation together. The lovers honor and respect each other, and with that, they can go anywhere. If you're already in a relationship, it's time to be grateful and nourish this rare and precious gem. This card is a representation of love. I've been receiving a lot of romanticism and a lot of romance cards. So baby, we in that romance era. It's giving romance and Jay over here romancing. But this card, I really don't know, y'all. I do know. I'm not sure. Let me not say I don't know. I'm not sure about this card, because I believe that it is a representation of love with someone else, but I feel like these lovers cards can always also be a card that represents the relationship that you have with yourself, because I feel like right now is a good time to build that foundation with you, and it's a good time to focus on the romance that you have with yourself and focus on where you want to be and focus on how you're going to get there. And I hope and pray, and my desire and my thought process is telling me, once you do the focusing on yourself and the romancing for yourself, is when you genuinely do receive that divine relationship that you're looking for. So I pray that you guys are definitely receiving that love that you are looking for. And if you're already in love, continue to keep the fire burning, continue to support, love, and nurture each other, because that's what's going to get you through the rough times, the good times, and all the in between. But this is all I have for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for creating space and being in this space with me. Much love, and I will see y'all next week on the next episode. Bye.